What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, collecting and hobbies. Today we're going to do a double review over the number 24 Cobra Infantry and the number, I think, 37 Cobra Officer, and do a comparison. Just got this one today or yesterday, I forget. And I've had this one for a while, but thought I'd do a double review, compare them all, see what the differences are, all that stuff. So let's check out the artwork first. Here's the Cobra logo, 24. Here's a nice painting of the Cobra Infantry Trooper. This is not the Target exclusive one, by the way, not the Cobra Island. This is the regular release. I believe this was in Wave 4, Revision 1, or something like that. Some nice artwork on the side. And then it continues all the way up till you get to his face. Very nice. And then here's the back, where they're slowly but surely adding to it all these different extra characters that weren't there in the original, like Firefly, the Vipers, Beachhead over there on the left, and Zartan. And that's it for that guy. But check out the next one here. He's got way more characters. It's got Major Blood. Different artwork with different, the same characters with add-ons, but completely different artwork, different pictures. Scarlet, Robot, Crocmaster. Who's that guy? Kamakura? I would assume it's Storm Shadow. Snake Eyes. But I don't know who that is. Maybe Storm Shadow? I have no idea. But no, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes are right there. Kamakura, maybe? There's that's still the regular Gung-Ho. Not the retro updated version. Alright, so let's check out the side over here. Sorry about the glare. I'm indoors, it's nighttime, and just making sure there's enough light for you guys to see everything. You know, those rockets or airplanes? I'm assuming they're airplanes, but and there we go. And no, he's not missing his clips. They just fell out there at the bottom of the bubble. So I got a little bit of a discount on him, sort of. Alright. Alright, so I'll just cut the tape here. Pull them out. And then I'll take all the accessories out. You can see what's in there. But I'm not going to take all the accessories out on camera, so you don't have to hear all that loud, crackling plastic sound. And of course, here's the inside. Pretty sure all the Cobras have that. Pretty sure Destro had that, Cobra Commander, and yeah, he's got it too. Alright, so pause and then I'll come back. By the way, see how this is taped in? That's what they should have done with the Cobra Officer, so he didn't have all his stuff floating around. Alright, so here he is out of the package. I gave him a brief once over. Oh, by the way, he's got the pins, so he's a little bit older of a figure. His arms, they're not like wiggly loose, but they're definitely the easiest part to move on this guy, for sure. Everything else is super tight, especially in like the elbows, the legs, all that stuff. It's super duper tight. Now, As far as reuse or anything, I don't know if they did or not. I don't have that many Joes open because I'm mostly a Menton card collector. But I have been opening Joes. I did do a bunch of reviews when they first came out, but I only uploaded like 1 or 2 of them because I just didn't have the space. So, let's check them out. The paint job. Paint job looks perfect. I don't see anything wrong with it anywhere. The photo reel looks good. Looks like real eyes. Look at that. Wow, it looks pretty good in the light. But that's one thing I very rarely see any problems with is the paint. I think I might have like a paint splatter somewhere in Roblox, but the paint's normally really good, really super tight. Very little QC issues with G.I. Joes. Not like the Power Rangers that have been coming out recently since I moved to the Vietnam factory. But, alright, so he's got a little bit of, I don't even know what you call that, some kind of detail there. He's got some arm guards. He's got a Cobra logo right there on his fist armor. He's got one on this side as well. Let's see. No, it's not painted. Kind of looked like it was. Well, maybe it. No. This one is definitely the color of the plastic. For some reason, this one looks black to me. A little bit, but I don't think it is. Anyway. You got the Cobra logo up here. Red designates him as a trooper. And the other guy that I showed you, he's an officer. He's a silver. These might be reuse of Duke, I'm not sure. I mean, this might be too. Whoops. Oh my gosh. And the best part about these guys, you can store all their weapons on them. So let's just go over articulation real quick. He's got the famous Hasbro ankle rockers. And he can, of course, bend backwards a little bit, go up a little bit. Of course, if you wanted to go more, you can move it around, and then you could really get some really big movement. He's got the famous double jointed knees. He can kick his own back. This gear is not removable, I don't think. Doesn't look like it. Nope. And of course he's got, wow, look at that. Now that is some really good articulation right there. He goes all the way up. That's amazing. How in the world? Wait a minute. Oh. No wonder. Okay, so he goes up to a full T. That was strange. Yeah, so he had it upside down there. Anyway, so he's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He can go pretty far. He's got the good kind of wrists where they go vertical instead of horizontal because he's got trigger hands. This one is not. This one is horizontal, side to side. Of course, he's got the butterfly joints, which, you know, they're there, but they don't really do a lot. Basically next to nothing. And then you got the head movement. This one does have a movable neck. Most of the Joes, or some of the ones I've been reviewing lately in the Power Rangers, they have this neck joint that goes into the neck socket goes into the chest cavity. They don't really move, but this one does, as you can see, because it's already starting to move to the other direction here. And he can, let's see if he can look all the way up. Yeah, he can look all the way up, but be careful not to push on it too hard. My Destro, I barely even touched it and the neck popped out. but I put it back in and it stays in, so I'm not sure why it popped out in the first place. Then he's also got, I can't believe I forgot the swivel joints here. And when you first get these out of the package, if they're super tight, be real careful with these so they don't break in the hinges right there. Just kind of work them real slow. As you can see, he's got the drop down joints so he can go further and get a full kick. So that mold sculpt of the hip area doesn't get in the way. You can sit down perfectly. So I'm not going to be surprised that the Cobra Officer is pretty much the same thing with just a different thing. The gear, he's got a lot of pockets there. And some straps. A knife holster, gun holster, Cobra logo right there. And I guess that's for his gun. Because that's, oh, no, there's no peg on there. Okay. But he's got plenty of pegs, because I will put in the video when I edit it, I'll show you the Cobra Island, the Target exclusive version that comes with a lot more stuff. This is kind of the almost the bare bones version in the regular assortment. So obviously he's got a peg here, so he can put that. You can put it over here. Well, that's probably not what it's for. Yeah, that's not really for that, but you could put it on his back right here. And there you go, it's a nice tight fit. So the other hole's just for backpacks. And then he's got a hole right here. Now, he doesn't have a hole in his back, so it's not going to go down. Here, see how far that sticks out? It's not going to go in like a whole lot because there's no actual holes there. I don't think. It's hard to tell. Probably not. This one you can see it. These, I don't think there is, but I'm not taking that off. You'd have to cut it with a knife to get it off or completely destroy your figure. So, alright, so we did the gun. Here's his removable helmet. I don't remember, I mean, I think it's just a helmet. I don't think it matters. It doesn't, like, change his designation, I don't think. Maybe some of them wear them. I'm pretty sure they all wear them. He's just got it in a way where you can remove it. There's a little bit of a dent there. So, you could probably heat that up and, yeah, it's a softer kind of rubber, so it's not too soft, but you can get that out easily. Here's his knife. And the cool thing about the knife, if you look at it real close, it's not the same knife as Snake Eyes or Scarlet. You see there's a actual, like a snake head there with the knife coming out of his mouth. The blade coming out of the mouth of the snake. And I think Cobra Commander's sword is like that too. So he can obviously hold his little pocket knife. This is a really short dagger. Or, of course, you can place it in his sheath. Careful with that. It'll stay. This is a soft rubber, but it's definitely made to... it's thick enough that it could hold something a little bit thicker. But... if he fell off the shelf, it might pop out. But it's not going to come out just super easy. And then you got his gun holster there. And, of course, I'll show you that the guns fit in his hands. If I can get it in his hand. So the best way to do it is to take the gun and just kind of slide it in, not like this direction, but the other way, where it's, and then stick the finger through, and it'll go in easier that way. And of course, we'll do his Like, this is what I mean, like stick it in like this. Stick it in his hand like that, and then pull it to the side to get the trigger finger into the hole. There we go. So he can hold all his weapons. He can store all of his stuff on him. See, there's nothing left. And so that's it for the Cobra Trooper here. Cobra Infantry. I will say, compared to all the rest of my G.I. Joes, his arms are very loose. It's the curse of my videos. Whenever I do videos, unboxings, when I don't, they're like perfect. But that's it for him. Let's go on to the officer. Alright guys, so I had a couple of editing issues, so I've already pulled him out of the packaging. I've already technically done everything, compared him and everything. So I'm just going to start over on this guy. You can use the Playmates Star Trek stands. These are perfect. Well, not perfect, but see, you can stand them up. And now for the comparison review part. Since I already got to know the figure a little bit, he put his knife in his sheath right there. He's got storage space for this scope that plugs into the gun. Now, it was warped, but I did go into some hot water, and it takes a good minute or two because this plastic is not super rubbery. It's harder plastic, so you got to wait a while. And then once you finally do get it to the point where you can move it, don't move it too much because it'll go too much to the left, too much to the right. But I got it pretty much as straight as you can get. And so he's got storage space back here. You can put the scope, the detachable scope, right there into here. You can, as you can see, put his pistol in there. Put his gear in there. I'm not sure if I think you could see all the accessories from the front when I first did it. So here's his face print. Let's check that out first. Let's go over the figure and then I'll show all the rest of the good stuff. Alright. Now, if I can get that stupid light. There we go. I got the light on just so you guys can see it better because it's nighttime, like I was saying before. Well, anyway, I can't turn the light back off in the middle of the video, but well, you saw it there for a second. Anyway, this one's actually got paint on his weapon, just like the Baroness from the movie figure. Some of the figures have paint. There's paint on his knife, I believe. And this is a good thing. You can see the articulation. You can get him basically into a two-handed gun-holding pose like you should. Now, got to take all the accessories off again, since I already put them back on. I gotta take them all back off, and this clip is detachable. This is accessory. He technically comes with 9 accessories. The clip, the gun, the scope, which is also detachable. Plug it in, but I don't want to start unplugging everything. This is an accessory, his pouch, and his gun. So that's, right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accessories. His knife, and his other gun, and his other clip. And I could tell you right now that all the weapons fit in his hands perfectly with trigger fingers and everything. He's also got this armband. I guess you can count that as an accessory, but if you took it off, I don't know how easy it would be to heat up. I mean, you can heat up any part of a figure basically and pull it apart if you heat it up enough, but I would just pull the hand off if you want to get this part off. but it basically just denotes him as a officer. He's got the silver instead of the red. It means he's an officer. Same with this logo right here. That's his rank, just like right in here. And here's his knife. It's painted silver. Just got a plain rubber-like handle. No paint or any special design. His pistol, though, if you look close, down here, there's actually a Cobra logo. It's on both sides of the pistol. Here's his other clip. So as you can see, the pistol goes in. It's a really tight fit, very tight fit. So tight it's almost impossible to get out. Okay, there we go. You just gotta punch it up from the bottom and get everything off of them. Okay, so let's compare these real quick. As you can see, there's a lot of differences here. This has got a lot of sci-fi introduction or inspired stuff, all this extra padding, the padding and the textures here, and up in here in the neck area, shoulders, on the arms, even his gun is a little, that doesn't look like a real gun either. Even his, what they call blasters or pistols. So he's got a lot of sci-fi and stuff, and I don't know for sure if these are part of Duke. I don't have my Duke open, but they could be. It looks very similar. But this, as you can see, just look at the feet. The feet themselves are completely different. The boots are different. They don't have the glued on armor. The knee pads, though, do look the same. The knee pads are the same. The legs are different. They don't have this texturing in them. Wait a minute. Well, it's a good thing I re-reviewed this. Maybe they aren't different, or at least not on one side. Let's see, this is actually, okay, so this is actually a separate piece. It's on there tight. I don't think you can get that off without breaking the figure. There's no way. It's too tight. So the legs are the same. They're just not painted. They're not painted here. This part's the same. I don't know about this part. It looks, well, you can't actually see it on this one because it's covered up. You can see the back, so I'm pretty sure so yeah, it looks like the majority of the figure is the same, except for like the boots, from the boot cut down, because obviously you don't have these armor bits. The feet are different, so everything down here is different, and from the elbow down is also different because he's got a swivel hinge here. This one doesn't have that because he's got the armor molded on there. And yeah, so there's a lot of the same, but the front part of the chest has to be different at least, because there's no texturing on the Cobra logo from this guy to this guy. The neck is different. The face masks are very different. This one's got the robotic look. This one doesn't. The helmets also. Yeah, this one's got extra molding right there, so that's different. Of course, the helmet is removable, just like his was. All the articulation, though, is exactly the same. You got the butterfly joints, which go, in and out. We don't really need to go over articulation too much. These super tight joints, where this one is a lot looser. The armor obviously is very different, extra piece, but because it doesn't cover up the whole body, you can move him all the way backwards. You can move him. He's got a waist swivel there too, just like this one does. But these parts, even though it's a softer rubber, they get right in the way. You can't really bend them that far. So this does hinder his articulation, and the belt, because the belt goes over it. See if right at the waist cut where the two pieces combine. But I like the gloves on this one better. I like this one overall better because it just looks more realistic and it doesn't have the sci-fi elements to it, what we grew up with in the 80s. But for some reason they had the sci-fi elements up here where the padding, kind of like the Marvel Legends superheroes costumes where they got all this kind of thing. So they do have the straps, and they're painted on there in gray, just like on the cartoon or the old ones. He actually does too, but again, he's got a lot of texturing, all that. I forget what it's called actually, but the polyurethane, I forget. That sci-fi kind of jumpsuit looking or body armor type stuff that they use in all the superhero movies basically, and I don't like that as much. I like this one way better. This one looks way better, and it comes with twice as many accessories, so that's also better. So I've already showed you that it could hold all his weapons. I showed you that they could or wait, no I didn't. It's easier just to put it in like this, twist it to the side where it's not pointing directly out, and then you just swivel it back, and then you get the trigger finger in there, and you can do that with everything. He holds everything perfectly. Now there's his knife. You can push that down even further if you want. The guns, the clips are very easily removed. They fall out easy. So I know a lot of collectors complain where it's too easy to fall out, and they should give us maybe an option where we get just one. It's just one. See, that one just went flying while I was trying to put it in his hand. And I'm not sure, but you might be able to put it in here too. Kind of looks like it. That's where the bullets eject, right? I don't think it's supposed to go in there, but let's see, will it go in there though? Kinda. It's not going to stay though. It's not supposed to. So let's stick this back in there. Like I said, those fall out relatively easy, extremely easy. So if he falls over on the shelf, you might have to start looking for his ammo clips. But he does have at least one spot where you can put one of his ammo clips, because the other ammo clip is actually supposed to go into this weapon. And it's got the same problem. This one's a little bit tighter though. It actually feels a lot like tighter, but it will fall out while you're trying to put it in his hand, because I've already done that before. So we'll put his gun back in his holster, and you gotta make sure that you get the tip of his gun. Oh, that's a good thing. It looks like there's a hole. So when I get some blast effects, I guess those might be able to fit in there. And I will be getting some soon. So I will show you that if I remember. There we go. And then, of course, we already saw that his knife goes in his hand, and it fits super tight in his leg socket. And So for this part, you have to detach this. No, you know what? I don't know for sure. Let's see, is this for this? I don't think it is, but it could be. Maybe that's why these are detachable. I didn't think about that the first time I reviewed it. I just figured this was the one. Because this gun fits, I mean, it's almost the same size. So it fits in there just perfect. The pistol won't even go in there, believe it or not. So let's see if this sucker will go in there. Yes, it will. And that's actually a good fit. It makes sense. So if you want to do it that way, it's a little loose, but it goes in there. You might be able to get it to go down a little further. Let's see, maybe if I do it the other direction. Yep. That looks like a cover. So they're going to give us these things with a detachable scope and thing, ammo clips and stuff. They should give us like a gun case, like a portable gun case thing, just like in real life. And then, now this goes in pretty tight, but then again, if he falls off from a distance, it's probably going to fall out. You can see the Cobra logo there. There you go. And he's got Cobra logos. Let's see. No, he doesn't have as many as that other guy. He's got them everywhere. On his hands and his gun and everything. So you can put the scope. As you can see, it's has to go a certain direction. So let's see if we can get the scope in there. Which way is it supposed to go? Not really sure. I didn't do this last time. You would think it goes in there. What else would it be for? If it does, yeah, so this is kind of difficult. Yeah, it's this little slot that makes it go onto the gun. Sticks up quite a bit. And you can't really get it in. I know it goes in there. There it goes. And it's going to poke your thumb a bit, or your finger, so be careful. Doesn't want to go in there much. There we go. So it's a very tight fit and very hard to get in there. Here's his ammo clip. It's a good thing he's got a lot of articulation down there, because you wouldn't be able to get it in there if he didn't. See, I think it goes this direction because it's thinner. Yep. So there's his ammo clip. There's his scope for his big time rifle there. And then this one, I guess, will be his normal gun. I guess we'll save this for sniping. So if you want him as a sniper, you can give him that weapon. If you want him just with a regular super-powered gun that's got, you know, automatic firepower instead of just a pistol, then he would want to carry this around, because then he'll have the advantage if the other guy doesn't have a machine gun of some sort. So there we go. And overall, like I said, I like this guy a lot better than the trooper. If you're good at painting and stuff like that, you can always, you know, hit that up with some red paint, make him a trooper. If you have troopers, you can just switch out their helmets, or maybe paint it red instead of silver. Trying to designate him as a trooper, because I think this is the superior figure of the two. The only difference would be this one doesn't have as much neck and head articulation. This one, or at least without the helmet on, it looks up a lot further. See, it goes a lot further, and the neck actually moves around easier, which is kind of strange because this one came out way before the other one did, like a whole year before the other one did. So this one has superior upper neck articulation, but because of his torso stuff, you know, he doesn't have really much articulation here. He's super tight because he's brand new, but I might have to heat him up just to get him to twist his waist. But this one overall has the best articulation. It's even got extra articulation in the arms. So you can pick which one you want. If you need troopers, then this is your guy. If you need officers, this is your guy. Or if you need just the best articulation you can get, I would go with this one and just paint him up as a trooper. Just alter him just a little bit. Alright guys, so that's my review of the Cobra Trooper and Soldier. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.